The Dasha Mahavidya story starts with Daksha Prajapati, who's a very powerful king, and he has a daughter, Sati. She falls in love with Shiva. Shiva, as you know, is the one who goes away for years on a meditation tour, and uh, Daksha is not very happy with her choice, but she goes ahead and still marries Shiva. And Daksha wants to prove that he's an unworthy son in law, and he announces a very, very powerful yajna. He invites every other devata, but he does not invite Shiva. And Sati is angry at her husband being left out. And she insists that she will attend, that as a daughter, she does not need an invitation to go. And Shiva tries to convince her and says, look, anyway, that's going to be inauspicious. Without me, Yajna is not going to be fruitful. So why are you going to waste your time? And she thinks that he's questioning her judgment. And she gets very angry. And Shiva doesn't know how to deal with that anger. So he's trying to escape. And that's when she places one Devi in each of the 10 directions. Because in Sanatana, we talk of 10 directions. In the Western system, it's 4 cardinal, 4 ordinal. Here, we also have realms up and down in
The
our
lokas, you
religion.
mean?
Yeah, so there are some lokas up
Yeah.
and there are some down,
Yeah.
right? So those are also considered directions for us. So that's why it's
Okay.
considered 10 directions. She manifests herself as different devis to protect each direction so that he cannot pass through. So the first Devi to emerge, the most ferocious, the most powerful, is Maa Kali. So that is the origin of the Dasha Mahavidyas. So the first Devi that she manifests as, Sati manifests as Maa Kali. Second is Maa Tara. Third is Lalita Tripura Sundari. Fourth is Bhuvaneshwari, Bhairavi. Then we have Chinnamasta. After that, we have Dhumavati, Baglamukhi, Matangi, and finally Kamalatmika. So these are the 10 Dasha Mahavidyas. 10. Dasha is 10.
Okay.
Mahavidya. So Vidya essentially means any knowledge which is related to a female goddess. So that is the origin story of the Dasha Mahavidyas. Now, within the Dasha Mahavidyas, you will notice that we have some very Ugra Devis. You have got Kali and you've got Bhairavi, Bagalamukhi. And Dhumavati
Dhumavati.
is not really fierce, but she's something that we want to avoid. So, for example, Ma Kamalatmika is the tantric version of Lakshmi. We've got Matangi, who is tantric Saraswati. Then we've got Lalita Tripura Sundari, the height of Saumyata, the beauty, the pleasures of living, and all of that. And there are some which are Ugra Saumya. So a little bit of this, a little bit of that, which is like every other being on the planet. Because everyone has to have these two sides,
Sides.
the yin and the
Yeah.
yang. You can't, for example, a mother can't just be benign and loving, because when her children are in danger, she has to be fierce. So these are the qualities that they put out through the Dasha Mahavidyas.
Okay. When she takes these different forms, the 10 forms,
Yes.
why are they so distinct and different in their nature? So you will have someone who's Soumya, kind, compassionate, and then you will have someone who's so fierce and bold. What would be the rationale behind these different forms that she manifests into?
So up until now, till the Tantra texts came into being, we were following the Vedic tradition. The Vedic tradition pretty much excluded the women. So the Tantra wanted to actually put out all the different aspects of a woman's nature, starting from how she can be the most benevolent mother to how she can be the warrior goddess or the devourer of time itself, which is Ma Kali. So, to show the various moods, the various events that happen in a woman's life, and to show the importance of Shakti. Because until then, Shakti was just something that the pagans worshipped. It never really reeked into the Vedas so much. And then again with Tantra, there was like this awakening of the Shakti. That is the point that the Dashamahavidya Tantra texts are trying to make. That a woman should feel that nothing can stop her from deciding what she wants to do with her life. So, like for example, if you take Bagalamukhi,
Yeah.
she's the one who has the tongue of her enemy in her hand. She's literally holding his tongue. So, that is the kind of power. And we're talking about Ma Kali, for example. Just look at her iconography, so immensely powerful that one of the most famous rock bands is using an image as their logo of Kali with her tongue lolling out.
And you also mentioned Rolling Stones.
Yeah, that is Rolling Stones. Yeah, that's the logo of the Rolling Stones. They have the tongue out, right?
If you enjoyed watching this content, you can watch the full in-depth video on the Body to Being podcast hosted on Shlloka YouTube channel. To continue watching shorter pieces of this content, you can subscribe to Shlloka Clips on YouTube. Don't forget to like this video and follow us on Spotify. Pranam.